Hello and welcome to Bold TV Reviews Episode 2, where we give you our top 5 Tom Hanks films.
Hello and welcome to Bold TV Reviews Episode 2, where tonight by we I mean me, JJ, and him, Freeman, review our top 5 Tom Hanks films of all time. Now, Tom's got an impressive repertoire of 92 movies. The man is prolific, and there are some absolute belters in there, and it has been a real painstaker for me to get 5 and narrow it down to my favourite. Any one of my top 4 could quite easily be my number 1.
Yeah, which is Sleepless in Seattle.
It's not Sleepless in Seattle. It's not on my list. It's a good film. It's a good chick flick.
It's a terrible movie.
It's a good chick flick. Same as You've Got Mail. Absolute lovely chick flick. Right, so apart from that, we've also got a review of Blonde, Netflix's new mess about Marilyn Monroe. So yes, I'll review that because I suffered the trauma of watching. I think you know where the review's going from that small introduction. Also, a quick review of The Walk-In from ITV on Monday, which was the first episode of that. We will get to that. And we've also got our must-watch TV of the week, which is Mr. Freeman's Baby.
We'll finish with that bad boy.
We shall. So, let's get straight into it then. Tom Hanks' top 5. We'll back this backwards and forwards. We'll get our 5, 4, 3, 2. And there's only number 1. There can only be one number 1, according to him. So, we'll see. Right, what have you got? Number 5. Come on.
Saving Private Ryan.
Shaving Ryan's Privates.
What a movie. It's like an epic American war movie. You know, you can't beat them, but I think this is number 1 because the opening.
Yep. The first 35 minutes for me is a cinematic experience. It's unrivaled, if you like.
They say
Especially
it's the
in a
most
war
realistic that's ever got from a war movie.
Mate, you're literally watching it with your mouth open. There's no words.
You feel wet and windy.
Yeah, you can feel bullets whistling past your head.
Yeah.
It is the opening of a movie.
It's epic.
That's how you do it,
It's
you know?
an epic movie. Matt Damon's in it.
Matt Damon.
You know, it is a Spielberg masterpiece.
It is.
It really is.
That first 35 minutes, you're knackered at the end of it.
But the story as well, the way, you know, it's all about the fact that they need to get him out because his mom's already lost sons.
Yeah.
You know, it is just brilliant from start to finish.
For
and
me,
a worthy number 5.
It's not in my list. It's not in my top 5. And the reason for that, the first bit, yep, completely agree, brilliant. 7 stars out of 5 for the opening half an hour. The rest of it, I think, is a bit ploddy. But it's difficult to follow an opening like that, you know? You cannot keep that level of tense, atmospheric war movie going for a whole thing. It's a bit ploddy towards the middle of
It's
it.
like Liverpool at Anfield. You just can't keep that tempo up.
Yeah, well, enough said about them. They're not allowed.
All right, so what's your top 5?
My number 5 is Turner and Hooch.
Kids movie.
It is a kids movie, and that's why it's in my list, because it's Tom Hanks all time. When I was a kid, Turner and Hooch was one of the films that it was a go-to for me. I've watched that film so many times, along with The Goonies. It's one of those movies from our era where everyone's seen it. It's a buddy cop movie.
There's a lot of dog drool.
Tango and Cash, another one.
Can't deal with the dog drool.
Buddy cop movie. It's class. It's a brilliant, brilliant film, and it's a feel-good film, and it's aged well.
Meg Ryan's not in that one.
No, Meg Ryan and Tom Hanks do go together quite a lot. So yeah, that's my number 5. So I can see you don't agree.
Nah, it doesn't even make an honourable mention for me.
Wow.
But my number 4,
Go on, number 4.
Castaway.
Ooh, that's low.
No, because there are some absolute bangers that make it into my top 3. But Castaway is some movie.
Yeah.
It's sad. It's got everything. It's got action. It's sad.
Have you ever cried at Wilson?
Yeah, of course I cried.
Yes, everyone's cried at Wilson.
And also, when he has to take his tooth out with the ice skate.
That is on par with 127 Hours when he cuts the...
And then he's like going...
God. As a man who hates the dentist, that scene is traumatic.
It's brilliant the way he's, you know, he gets the fire going, he manages to survive, he's in a very hostile place, you can't get over those sets of
Coconuts
waves.
giving him the trots.
Yeah, I know, he's got the shites. But it's an absolute brilliant movie, and it's the kind of movie you can just put on over and over again.
And every time it's on Channel 5, I do watch it. must admit.
I think it was on Netflix, and there are other popular streaming platforms.
But it is always on Channel 5. Sunday afternoon, you can find Castaway. And it's a belter. I can't knock that.
Did it make your top 5?
It makes my list. Yes.
Right, okay.
We'll come to it in a moment.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but
Go on.
Yeah, Castaway.
Number 4 for me is Big.
See, it doesn't make my top 5.
Oh,
It's an honourable mention,
what?
but again, that is something from, if you're 42, nearly 40, it is one of those movies where it is just...
It's a nostalgic nod.
Yeah, of course it is.
It's brilliant.
You know, and everyone wanted that apartment.
Yeah.
The trampolines.
Oh,
and,
mate.
you know what I
Pinball
mean?
machines.
Yeah, and jumping around.
Everyone's had a go on a Zoltar.
Everyone wants to go on the piano thing.
Yes.
Yeah, and play, what is it they play?
Chopsticks.
Yeah. Dun, dun, dun.
It's chopsticks.
Yeah, it was...
It doesn't go like that. But whatever.
Doesn't it go like that?
No, Batman.
It was... yeah, no, Big is a great movie, you know.
Thank you.
And it is just, it's kind of every kid's dream, isn't it, to do that?
Yeah.
You know, you're suddenly big because you've wished you're big. And
Yeah.
then you've got access to all this money. They give you a job where you're designing toys.
Is it a little bit close to the wind now because he's like 12 and he gets a girlfriend?
They do the deed, don't they?
I think they do the deed.
We better stay away from that content.
Yeah, but Big, Tom Hanks, brilliant for me.
No, I take that.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
It
very
makes
much.
It's in my honourable mention, as you can see.
Fair
over
enough.
there.
I'm not looking at your list.
Okay.
Don't want to see your list.
And that brings us on to number 3.
Go on.
Road to Perdition.
Road to Perdition.
Yeah, that one.
I've never seen
I
it.
can't say it, but that's the movie.
Road to Perdition.
Because that is about, it's kind of got a gangster feel to it.
He's got so many levels as Tom.
Yeah. The story behind that is just a great story. I think he's made part of the family, and then suddenly everything goes wrong. I think his son witnesses a murder.
Don't know, never seen it.
Oh, really?
Really?
And then they're on the run. And it is a great, absolutely great movie. Very dark, but it is, so that should be your to watch.
I think I should watch.
Really?
I think I should watch Road to
Perdition.
It's brilliant.
I really struggle with saying certain words and
Perdition says I don't even know what it is now. You've confused me.
well, I know it is a great movie, and I can't say the name. I didn't realise until I said the name. But you know, Jude Law. You've got Paul Newman. You've got Stanley Tucci. Daniel Craig's in it. It is absolutely
Never
amazing.
seen it. I need to check this out. I need to watch this.
You do. You need to watch it.
Okay,
You need to watch it. It is a
I'll have a look at
great
that.
movie.
I will
so,
watch.
how does that compare to your number 3?
My number 3, we've already spoken about it. It's Castaway.
Castaway. Great.
One higher than yours.
The who's the female in it? His wife. That is. I can't
That
remember her
is. Come on.
I don't know her name.
Come on. You can do this. You can do this.
It's the girl out of Twister.
It's the girl out of Twister.
It is the girl out of Twister. I don't know her name. But no, that is.
Neither do I.
It is a great. Yeah,
It's a belter.
It's a good story, and that brings you could feel that, can't you? You can feel that. You've gone away. They think you're dead. You come back and your wife's moved on. She's remarried.
With a dentist.
Yeah, a bit weird.
And he's had to smash his own tooth out while he was there.
Yeah, that's ironic. You know what I mean?
it's
And he
pure
can't
ironic.
sleep in beds. He's then sleeping on the floor.
Flicking his torch on and off. Mate, it's a classic. We've done Castaway to death there. So, we need number 2.
My number 2 is the ultimate feel-good movie, The Terminal.
The Terminal.
Who got boss?
Terminal is class. Apart from Catherine Zeta-Jones, Terminal's class.
Oh, she's horrible, isn't she? She's
Yeah.
such a desperate woman
Yeah,
in that.
anyway.
But it's got everything again. It's got a lovable character.
Yeah.
It's got a journey. He's stuck in the airport.
Yeah.
He's got no money. They make it very difficult for
Country was
him.
made up, but then doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah. Krakosia.
Something like that.
Yeah, it's Krakosia. It's brilliant. Everyone wants to live at the airport.
Do
You
they?
know what I mean? Yeah, I'd like to live at the airport.
You'd have to have some money on you to go to Smith's and buy stuff from
You
there.
could live on Carlin Premier.
It's the only place, the airport, where someone went, should we put a shop in there? Should we put a shop that no one ever goes to in the high street? Should we put WH Smith's in there? Yeah.
You could
Should we
buy
put
some
2
luggage.
in there?
Yeah.
Should we put 2 in there? Should we put one that just sells books, but the same shop?
The one that sells maybe luggage.
Yeah. Who buys luggage at an airport? I mean, come on, I'm digressing, but yeah, seriously. Terminal, belting movie, no arguments from me. It's not in my top 5.
What?
But it's got an honourable mention.
Terminal is absolutely brilliant.
Off your edge you are.
Go on then, go with your top 2.
Go on then.
You're number 2, sorry.
Number 2, Catch Me If You Can.
It's a good movie.
I love that
It gets an honourable mention.
Now, again, it's another one for me that I can just watch every single time it's on.
Leonardo.
Never get bored. Christopher
Leonardo.
Walken, brilliant.
He's his dad,
His
isn't
dad, yeah. It's a beautiful, beautiful film.
he? It is a beautiful film.
Yeah.
And it is one of those movies that you can watch over and over.
And you really want to start printing your own money.
It reminds me a little bit of like I Love You, Philip Morris. I don't know why it's got those kind
Okay.
of vibes. I don't know why. It does, it just...
Nah.
Yeah.
You know what it reminds me of? Catch Me If You Can.
Mate, it is a very, very good
Tom
movie.
Hanks playing, how is it, Hanratty?
Yeah.
Yeah. FBI agent Hanratty. Not giving away any secrets here. Everyone's seen Catch Me If You Can. If you haven't, check it out because it's well worth a watch.
I like the way that Leonardo's getting the planes and he's soaking them in the bath. to
Putting
get
all the
them.
little stickers on.
He makes the checks.
Pan
you know what I
Am
mean?
checks.
And he realises he can cash checks at hotels, fake wage checks.
Yeah.
You could do that back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes them out to the supermodel woman, gives her a check. It's a very, very good film.
It is brilliant.
It is my number 2. Go on then, number 1. I know where this is going because I think we've both got the same number 1.
Life is like a box of chocolates.
You never know what you're going to get.
What a movie. It is probably top 15 movies of all time. I think it's on the
It'd be in my top 10.
I think it's on the IMBD again, another word I can't say. I think it's in their top 25.
It would be, for me personally, it would definitely be in my top 10. And it would probably be quite high.
And it's one of these ones where it's a long movie.
Really is a long movie.
But it's...
I mean, generally, she's a bitch, man.
Oh, no, man.
She just used him over and over again and then gave it up when she got the terminal illness.
Yeah,
What?
after she got knocked up.
Yeah.
Little Forest.
Little Forest.
But it's a great movie, and I've seen the Ginny Ring boat at Disney, which was kind of
Nice.
cool. You know, and I've been to Bubba Gump Shrimp.
Bubba Gump Shrimp Company.
It is, you know, it's great, and it's great character in Lieutenant Dan.
Yeah. Super.
You ain't got no legs, Lieutenant Dan.
Lieutenant Dan, you got new legs. It's class because there's so many takeaway lines from it as well. And it just goes through a whole geezer's life, right up to current day, where he's sat on a bench telling his life story to strangers as they come past. If you sat on that bench next to that geezer, you'd be like, oh, for crying
And it
out
ties
loud.
in some historical events.
Yeah.
So when he sat there on the talk show and he's next
Yeah.
to John Lennon, that actually happened. But
Everybody
obviously-
he meets dies.
Yeah, he was apparently the inspiration between for the Elvis
For the one
dance,
with shaky
yeah,
legs.
the shaky
Yeah.
legs, you know, because he had
And
leg
Elvis,
braces.
an honourable mention here. I have seen the new Elvis movie. Tom Hanks is
Tom Hanks
very,
is,
very
man.
good.
As he
He's
plays
Colonel
Colonel.
Tom Parker.
Yeah, yeah.
Brilliant movie, if I'm honest.
Elvis is a really, really good movie. If you've not
Gets
seen
an honourable mention, actually, for
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
Elvis. And if you haven't seen it, again, check that
it.
out.
Which we should cover off honourable mentions, I think.
We should.
Because
I've got 2 that aren't honourable mentions. I've got 2 that are the worst Tom Hanks films, in my
Go on, then.
opinion.
Go.
Okay. So, first of all, I'm going to go
Polar
with
Express.
Captain Phillips.
Yeah, that's terrible.
It's a poor movie for me.
I've never watched it, and I think I've looked.
You've got to watch it. I've watched it. It's Tom Hanks on a boat with about 3 other people.
Pirates, isn't it? Is it about
Pirates, Somali pirates. It's not for me. It wasn't a great one. And the other one that I've got to say, I think I went to sleep about 3 times while it was on, is The Post. A really, really slow, ploddy movie. A lot of boardroom talking and meetings about newspapers and leaking this, that, and the other. Again, it was a bit. When will this ever end?
Polar Express. People consider it.
Nah,
Christmas,
man.
a Christmas
Polar Express
classic.
is good.
Not for
I
me.
ain't having it. Polar Express is a good Christmas movie.
But we haven't mentioned Green Mile.
No, which is another
Again, I
amazing
think that's
film.
probably going to be classed as a classic.
Yeah.
But I like
The
it.
problem with it is there's so many Tom Hanks movies that there's loads that haven't made
It's
the
about
cut,
what's
man.
personal to you.
Toy Story. You cannot knock the fact that Toy Story is quality. Every single film. Cried at the last one. Crying at a kid's film.
I love Toy Story.
What's going on?
Toy Story is
So,
great.
There is. He just goes on and on. The back catalogue is amazing.
Well, my last honourable mention is Sully.
Good film.
Yeah,
Good
based
film.
on historic events
Yep.
where they had to land the plane
On the Hudson. Yep.
and They didn't. They thought he could have done better than that, but they proved.
And now they investigated him.
It's a
It's
true
like,
story.
what?
It's a great movie. It really is, and he plays Sully amazing.
Now I know you're going to hate this, but I also really like the Da Vinci Code movies. For me, I like them.
He read the books as well. believe it
Yeah,
or
it's
not.
a little jog through, a little bit of history, tied together as a bit of a chase movie. It's cool, man.
All the Dan Brown books are really good. But
Dan
they
Brown
did a
books are
really,
good.
really bad job of
No,
making
I wouldn't
those
say
that
it's
and
bad.
Angels and Demons into movies.
And
They
the
are-
third one,
yeah, was it the Code? Wasn't it about all the?
Dante's.
Is it Dante's Inferno?
It's based on Dante's Inferno. I can't remember. It's
I
called
know.
Inferno.
It's
Called Inferno.
Yeah. That's how bad we are. We are influencers and content creators, and we could not get that right.
Yeah, but it's difficult. They'll merge into one. Then you could literally watch them one after the other.
But that's Tom Hanks. I think next week we're thinking about either doing Leonardo or Tom Hardy. But we'll work
We'll have
it
a
out.
think about our next top 5
Yes.
because these are fun because it does promote arguments and debate, and there are movies in there that people
And it is enjoyable. to
Someone
talk
might
about.
want to say Philadelphia would have been an amazing Tom Hanks movie, which it is. You've Got Mail, his personal favourite. We didn't want to put it as number 1.
Don't he's calling me out. No, I hate both of those movies.
Philadelphia is not a film you can hate.
No. I hate You've Got Mail and Sleepless in Seattle. They are terrible
Sleepless in
movies.
Seattle's a brilliant
I
film.
hate the kid out of Sleepless in Seattle.
Well, I hate kids in both movies, to be
No,
honest.
I know. But yeah, we'll have to see which
Yes.
one we're going to do, definitely.
So that's Tom Hanks' top 5s and a little rundown of mine. I've got paper today. I did research. Number 5, Turner and Hooch. Number 4, Big. Number 3, Castaway. Number 2, Catch Me If You Can. And number 1, Forrest Gump.
Mine was Saving Private Ryan. Let's say it right. Castaway. Road to Perdition.
Perdition. Perdition.
Terminal. Hugo Boss. And Gump.
There we go. That is our top 5s.
Just
for Tom
felt like
Hanks.
running.
Yeah, just felt like running.
I think I'll go home now.
It happens. But shit.
Okay.
Anyway, right. Some reviews. I'm going to start with Blonde because I want to get it out of the way.
Oh dear.
Yeah, sat down and watched it on Saturday afternoon on Netflix, and I wish I could get the 3 hours of my life
Oh, you
back.
finished it?
No film should be 3 hours long. No, I didn't do that.
Yeah.
I did 2 hours and 40 minutes, and I turned it
No
off.
film should be 3 hours long unless it's Godfather 1 or 2.
We'll get to that another day. But yeah, it's all over the place. It's a proper jumbled mess of a movie. It's got no idea what it wants to be. Does it want to be a biopic of Marilyn Monroe? Does it want to be made up exaggerations of Marilyn Monroe? It's awful. Absolutely awful. It's probably one of the worst films I've ever seen, and I couldn't finish it. I was so bored, and it was wasting too much of my day. I had to turn it off. There's one part of the film that comes from inside her vagina. That gives you enough. That tells you all you need to know about this film.
It's been said it's unwatchable.
It is really unwatchable.
Brad Pitt directed it.
I got up and walked about and did stuff while it was on umpteen times. I've spoken to people who absolutely worship the ground that Marilyn Monroe walked on and love everything about her, and they've watched it and they're like, it's absolutely rubbish. It's covering parts of her life that no one has ever talked about. No one knows if they're true. I hate to say the word, but it's crap. It's really bad.
Unwatchable and too artsy, they said.
It's very artsy.
One of Brad Pitt's first... No, I think he's
It
directed
needs to
before.
stop, man.
But it is... I can't... Well, I'm not going to watch it now. So you've saved me the time.
Yes, I've watched it, so you don't have to. It's bad. Right, my next review is not bad, and it is ITV's The Walk-In with Stephen Graham. The legend, Stephen Graham.
I'll tell you what. You could do a Stephen Graham top 5.
We need to do a Stephen Graham top 5 because that man never plays a bad part.
No.
Ever. Everything he's in
done
is
everything.
class, you know what I mean? He's reunited in this with Andrew Ellis, who played Gadget in This Is England. It's nice to see him back on screen again because I've not seen him in anything apart from This Is England, ever.
No.
So it's nice to see him again. It's
That would have been a great top 5.
not for the faint-hearted. because it is about neo-Nazism in the UK. It covers some really dark subjects. It's based on a true story. It covers the Joe Cox murder, MP Joe Cox. It's absolutely brilliant. Catch up on iPlayer. It is well worth it. Episode 2 is on Monday night. And another character who's very, very moody is Chris Coghill. He played Tony in EastEnders, who groomed Whitney.
Tony.
Yeah. Bad man. Always plays bad men. I think he was in Football Factory or one of them ones. He was in one of them. I'm sure he was. Come on, you can do this.
Tony.
He's Googling. He is Googling.
That guy?
Yes. That guy.
That guy.
You can see the ring. So look what else. I'm sure he's been in one of the Football Factories or something like that.
What's his name? Tony King?
No.
That was the character.
Oh my God, his name's Chris Coghill. We should have done this research beforehand.
Chris Coghill. It's better if we do it live, eh?
It really is better if we do it live.
Chris Coghill.
So yeah, an absolutely brilliant actor. Very, very moody. He plays the leader of the neo-Nazis.
He was in 24-Hour Party People, Weekender, a lot of Brit movies, really.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Absolutely. He's a
He was in Shameless.
Shameless, there you go. That's on. I think I knew him from sort of Shameless. So yeah, definitely check that out. ITV Player, have a little watchy of that. And I say episode 2 is on Monday, this coming Monday, the 10th of October. If you've missed it, check it out on iPlayer.
I'll have to give that a go.
You need to give it a go because it is very, very good. So, we have 9 minutes left. Is that enough time to cover your must-watch?
Yeah, I think that's
Go on,
I can
then.
do it twice.
What is your must-watch for this week?
Okay, on Netflix, this is a must-watch. This is something that I discovered when it pretty much was launched. I'm keep very close to my hot list and what's being launched.
You are sad. He's got a list of things that are coming.
Mindhunter. I think I mentioned this last week as an honourable mention.
And when you mentioned it last week, I went and checked out the first 2 episodes.
And
I'm impressed. First episode took a while to get to where it needed to be, but it set everything up really, really well. So the first episode, do not lose faith. It did set all the characters in place. You know exactly what they're doing. And that will not be revisited again as far as I'm concerned because it will now start to tell a story. Episode 2, brilliant. Couldn't take my eyes off it. It was 11 o'clock at night and I wanted to do episode 3.
we don't want to review it in too much detail because we don't want to give anything away. But basically it is around the FBI setting up a new unit in relation to kind of profiling serial killers.
Yep.
And they go and they revisit serial killers who are in prison, famous serial killers that you will know about. I won't ruin it for you, but
It is a Google fest.
It is a Google.
Yeah, once you start, you literally like, who's that? Whoa, he did all of that.
Yeah, especially hot off Dharma, you know. And I don't believe, can't watch it for a while. I don't think Dharma makes an appearance, but you do have some really, really big killers that they interview to try and get an idea about is there anything they can learn from these people. And some of these serial killers are big characters, so you know they do go back and they learn quite a bit from them.
It is one I'm going to finish. I'm definitely going to pick that back up and I'm going to finish that off.
The only thing that is sad about it is the fact that they I don't know why the cast is pretty, you know, it's pretty decent. They got some really good people in there.
And you don't know why there's not going to be a season 3?
There's not going to be a season 3. I just don't think they can get everything to work. Season 1 was phenomenal. We waited a bit of time. Season 2 came out and it is brilliant, but they didn't end it. So
it's open to an end.
They've got to look at ending it at some point. But
I hate it when they do that.
There are things that do just stop and.
Yes.
It definitely wasn't cancelled.
I'm trying to think of the one. It was an ITV one that got cancelled. It was based on the Ripper murders.
Ripper Street or
Nah, not Ripper. That was rubbish.
that was good.
Nah, behave yourself. Boring. Was that the one with Robson and Jerome in it?
Nah, that was Soldier.
Yeah, you brilliant. No, it had one of them in, did it? Played the copper. I don't know.
Again, you're thinking of.
I can't Google it. My phone is there.
Yeah, no, we can't Google it. We should Google less, definitely.
We should definitely Google less.
But no, Mindhunter is definitely something you should watch. It is on Netflix, 2 seasons. I think they're 10 episodes. I don't think it's even that much.
I don't know.
It might be 8 or 10, but it's not like it's going to kill you to watch.
I agree. Definitely worth a watch.
Well, for sure, definitely.
Yeah. So what else have you been watching this week?
This week I've been watching. I'm up to date on House of Dragon.
Same. Got up to date last night.
It is brilliant.
Good last episode that was. The last episode.
A lot of people complaining it was too dark.
I didn't get that. I
There are
thought
a
that
lot
was
of things
fine.
going around TikTok with people with their torches
I know.
up against the screen.
I'll be
trying-
honest. I mean, sort your resolution out because mine was fine.
It was dark. I'm enjoying that, although we're going. Well, we're on 8, 6,
7, I think.
7. So
Eight's
we've
next,
got many left, and we're probably gonna have to wait a year for the next one.
I know.
Are you dealing okay with the time move and the fact that we've lost some characters?
No, I'm fine with it.
You okay?
It's progressing through, as I say. If they're going to take this up to where Game of Thrones came in, they've got a long way to go. So they need to skip along.
They've got about 6 or 7, 6 generations, I think, something like that.
Something
So
like
they can get up there,
and they need to fly along because I think obviously the next series is going to focus on who becomes king or queen.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to say that the cliffhanger at the end is probably going to be King's dead because he doesn't look very well.
He's getting older.
He's getting very old. And his wife gets younger.
Yeah, definitely.
I had to Google it because I was looking at her. Her face was very familiar to me, so I had to do the old Google
You
search.
went into a Google hole. Yeah.
I did. She was in Bates Motel. That's where I know her from.
I've never watched it.
You need to watch Bates Motel, man. It's a creepy good series.
Do you know what a lot of people tell me I should watch, and I just can't bring myself to watch Handmaid's Tale.
Yeah.
It's what's the word for it? Dystopian. I can't say
That
things.
sounds boring.
Basically, it's just
No, I've never done that one.
it's like a weird reality. But no, it doesn't. It's not up my street. Definitely not.
Bates Motel is good. If I'm honest, it probably goes on a little bit too long, but it's very good.
I need to get up to date and watch this week's Rings of Power.
I haven't started it.
Again, I think I talked about this last week, but it is absolutely phenomenal. It's got slated in the reviews, but it was always going to be for something that is. They reckon they're going to spend $1 billion on it when it comes to
You
it.
get a package come through now, it's all got Ring of Power all over the sellotape and everything.
You know, they paid so much for the rights to it.
They're spending a lot of money.
Stories are brilliant. It's really giving you some background into Elrond and.
Is Lenny Henry a dwarf?
No, Lenny Henry is a Harfoot, which is the early hobbits.
Right, okay.
And they're saying that
He's Irish, isn't
he gives it an Irish accent, and it works. A lot of people are not big fans of the Harfoots, but I really enjoy it. I think it's brilliant. Galadriel.
It's one of those
the
I will-
whole Galadriel story.
Probably will pick it up at some point, but
It's gripping. It really is gripping. There's some great characters. There's a lot of cliffhangers. There's a lots of who's this? Is this? Does this mean something? Yeah, people like.
is
going into-
Gandalf in it?
No. I don't think
Dumbledore?
so. No, no. There's someone called the Stranger who no one knows who they are. They don't know whether it is Sauron or Edna.
Edna?
Edna, I think it is.
Edna Krabappel,
Yeah.
Krabappel from Simpsons.
And, or is it Gandalf? So, I don't want to give away too much, but Rings of Power is absolutely brilliant.
Try and check that out, I suppose.
Definitely. And one thing I will leave you with, if you were looking for something else to watch, or maybe you watch Mindhunter, Mayor of Easttown.
Yes, you did recommend this to me, and I must admit we binged it in a weekend.
I really like American cop dramas.
Some of them are good.
Based in a town out in the sticks. Everyone knows everyone, and that is the ultimate.
Kate Winslet
It's brilliant. In it.
performs well in that.
Absolutely
Very good.
brilliant.
It's also got Evan Peters in it, who is Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yes. Yeah, he's brilliant. Isn't
Good. It's a really good. It's a good little series, and I hope they
And
bring
it's-
it back again for season 2.
It's a one. Yeah, it's only one season.
No, they can definitely do more with that.
Well, at the minute it's one season, but
They
yeah,
need to do more.
So it's the kind of thing you could do over the weekend, definitely.
See, what I thought was going to be a one-seasoner, Flight Attendant. They made another one out of that.
I started watching it. And
I watched 3 episodes.
Because
of
I
it,
do like,
four episodes.
is it Hayley Kuko? Is
Kelly
it
Kukutu.
Kelly Kuko, whatever. We're bad with names, as you know.
I was from Big Bang Theory.
Big Bang Theory, yeah. Which is a great little watch if you want something to watch in the gym. It's 20 minutes long.
What? Big Bang?
Yeah.
I quite like
It's
Big Bang.
decent, to be fair. It's something you can just throw on.
Yeah, absolutely. Something else you can just throw on is Married at First Sight. Seriously, that sort of thing never,
You watch
ever,
all the
ever,
reality shows.
never impressed me. And it was a couple of years ago, we watched Married at First Sight Australia, and we got hooked. Me and my wife got absolutely hooked. And I'm not a reality TV fan.
I can't just about. A lot of
At
people
all.
watch the real estate one. Is it Sunset, Selling Sunset, and then you've got Below Decks, which is on
I don't watch any of that rubbish.
Yeah.
But Married at First Sight, maths. as aficionados know it. The UK one, this season has been very, very good, and there's been some explosive action and lots of aghast faces every week at commitment ceremonies and dinner parties. There's one very annoying character, it does remind me a lot of him. He's from Liverpool. He's got a horrible, horrible Liverpool accent. He's in the gay couple. But yeah, he reminds me of him because he's really, really annoying. Anyway, that has been us, and that has been Bold TV Reviews episode 2. We will come at you again next week with another top 5, some reviews, and a must watch. But for now, have a good week. We'll see you later.